to become an Ogboni in present day, in present times, it's a matter of choice. Number one, you are not forced to become.
Is it that it's self-formed?
No, you go to the lodge and you request to be an Ogboni. Normally, an initiate would be assigned to look at you, to watch you, to see to your lifestyle
capacity.
Do you have a lifestyle that is not relatable to the society? Do you have a bad name, reputation?
First assess you.
That's assessment. And after that assessment, will be determine whether you be accepted and accepted into this thing.
Okay.
But where I'm going to is that since if I recognize Ogboni, are you with me? There are some odus, there are some definitions that will say that your body here. So for instance, if the image says emi ote, ote, bolo te ba di méjì àlòtítọ́, bolo te ba di méjì àlòdodo. Adi ba fún baba olóríire tí ò lẹ́sẹ̀ ere, abo kan baba tó lẹ́sẹ̀ ere tí ò lu wọ́n nu kalẹ̀ bon ko ma ṣe. Ǹjẹ́ mo lóríire mo lẹ́sẹ̀ ere ngba yo lẹ́sẹ̀ yele. In the Ogboni lodge, what they do is the body boys.
They worship the head and
they propitiate your head and your leg together.
Okay.
In the presence of the Orisha.
Okay.
So when the father says kulori lẹ́sẹ̀, it's an allegorical word to say is that the head and the head is not working together. Where can the head and the head work together? It's in the Ogboni lodge.
Okay.
So if I think that is telling me, look, body attention, need the combine, are you with me?
Okay.
So in that instance, you can do and but you cannot propitiate the Orisha like in the Ogboni lodge without becoming a member. To bá ti wo ti débẹ̀. So wàá kọ́kọ́ débẹ̀ kó tó wo tó bá ti wo ti rí. O lè rí kó sọ pé o rí mọ́.
You cannot stop becoming a member.
No.
So you can't say I'm not doing it.
Ikú ló máa bọ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn òwúrọ̀.
English.
At least it is death that will
You are playing with death. So if you join,
it is death that will take away the cloth from the goat.
Okay.
So
it's death that will take you away from the Ogboni.
Yes. As against the stereotype that they will say go and bring somebody, go and bring in, it's a lie. Nobody is telling you to go and this is the fraction of Nollywood. This is what Nollywood has told people.
Okay.
Like if you are becoming a secret cult, what is a secret cult in the first place? The fact that we decide in ourselves that husband and wife practice secret cult because most of their sexual activity is secret. Anything that happens between one or two or more people and cannot be exposed is a cult. So the Ogboni's activities cannot be exposed. It's within the lodge, it's within the initiated members. So that's a secret. That's secrecy. So we are bound by secrecy to say, okay, whatever happens in the lodge dies in the lodge. So, but then it does not say that. I've been in the Ogboni lodge for over many years. I've never seen. You know what it takes for you to go through the rank to become an Apena, like second command to the rule. And then I've never had in the Ogboni they will say, go and bring woman, let us use the person for that. It's not possible.
These things are not done.
These things are not done. Okay. These are fragments of the lies that Nollywood have told the public and have, used in, deceiving the public. So there are no instances where the Ogboni would use anybody for blood or money rituals. The Ogboni is blood, they won't do money rituals. People have the stereotype that once you join Ogboni become rich. No, I'm not rich yet. I don't have.
So all those things are just stereotypes. Can a pastor or an imam become a member of Ogboni?
There are so many pastors and imams in my lodge.
And it's not wrong.
It's not wrong.
But the Bible does not allow for such things. Well, the Quran does not allow for such things.
Well, the Bible is not the base of our spirituality in Africa. The base of our spirituality is embedded in the words and the ethos of Ifa.
Okay. And Ifa allows for this?
Yes. Because Ifa does not see you as a pastor. Ifa sees you as Abisola. Ifa sees you as Olakunle. Ifa does not see you as an imam or anything. So it is you. So the fact that, and because of our level of secrecy, we don't, even if you are a member, if you don't wish to let another member know that you're not good, nobody will disturb you. Tell Ogboni back. So I'm shy to it. What be the way? What you fa?
They'll wake him up in front of the
in the front of the
spiritual world and everything. Okay.
Physical okay.
That's to wake him up.
Yes.
Wow.
Give account. Bon ṣe lórí ayé o. Ilé méjì ni mo ní o. Ẹbí báyìí mo nílé kan sí o. Báyìí mo ní moment yẹn there is no lie o.
Everything.
Ìyàwó mẹ́rìndínlógún mo fẹ́ wẹ̀ ọkàn pé ní gbogbo yín mọ́ o. So for that reason nǹkan mo ìfẹ́ ṣe property, that's how bó ṣe gbógun láyé àtijọ́ nù.
They wake.
So it's not as if and nítorí pé gbádùn ọmú lórí ilẹ̀ ni there is nobody tó bí dáa kó lọ dá lẹ́nu tó sọ mo yẹ fẹ́ kẹ́ ṣe ẹ̀yìn mi rèé so gbogbo ẹrù Ògbóni tó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ o máa handle by Ògbóni we part ways with him.
So he can go on his own journey.
So I can go on his own journey. We'll prepare him. We'll bathe for him. We'll take care of him. We'll have our last feast together. So you know how sweet it is that a spiritual person, a dead person, and people alive want their last supper.
And you say it's sweet.
It's because it's a very exciting experience. Not like the person come and beat you. You come and it's there. And it only happens to the Aquinos who do the Oro.
Really, the Aquinos that
will be there, and some Abiyes who are so they will know they do all the things.
So that part of Nollywood where they are doing a burial and the Ogboni will just come and they will carry the corpse and they will go. It doesn't happen like that.
You see, stereotypes. When you tell a lie so many times, it becomes the truth.
Okay. So, let's talk about the Ogboni now, the confraternity, or everything regarding it. Just like I was talking about, the name often brings fear to people's hearts. So I want you to tell us now, in the simplest terms possible, what exactly is the Ogboni?
In the simplest term possible, Ogboni is a conglomerate of the societal strong men.
Conglomerate of strong men.
Yeah. So let me use the word that at a point in time, how will I put it now? All of the Orishas, they all came to the world with their distinct features, their powers and all that. But then there was no unity among them, even among the Orishas. The Ogun will never bow down to Shango. Shango does not believe that Oya
seniors him or anything,
So everybody, and for that reason, they failed in their duty to ensure that the world was a peaceful world. Because the essence why they have come to this point to the world was to ensure that the inhabitants of the world lived a good life, and there was peace in the world. So at the point in time, every of the Orishas, Ogun does not know the secret of Shango. Shango cannot, so a child from the household of Shango cannot play with a child from the household of Ogun. A child from the household of Ogun can kill a child from the household of Shango and all that. So it was happening like that until Damila came. Damila was a very wise person. And Damila felt like, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Obviously, there are different sides of the stories of what an Ogboni is. But then, I am talking from a perspective, from both perspectives. I'm an Ifa priest. And from a perspective of Apena, I'm an Apena in Ogboni Lodge.
What does that mean?
Apena is like the secretary of the lodge. So Apena is like the there's Oluwo, there's Apena, there's Abiye, and then there's hierarchy like that and like that. There's Ajeto Otiko, there's Lisa, there's Ajagbono, like that. So the Apena is like in the official terms, like the secretary of the lodge. He's the one who is consecrated to perform the rites of the lodge. So as a Babalawo, I am more qualified to become an Apena because obviously I can perform rites and all that. So I'm being given the prowess to the opportunity to perform the rite as an Apena. So I did my initiation to Ogboni was free. My initiation to all my rights was not free of charge.
Did they charge fees for this before?
Yes.
You
cannot enter Ogboni free of charge. So, but then because I was a Babalawo, I was initiated freely. I was initiated as an Apena freely. All the rights that was done for me was done freely. I never paid a dime.
That's because of your unique situation.
Because I was a priest. So there's some other priests that had such leverage too. So but then, now, this history I'm relating to now is from the history of Ifa. Torí Ifá ni ó pìtàn alẹ́ Ifẹ̀. Ifá ló lè pìtàn Ogboni mọ́lẹ̀. Ifá làgbà. So there is no òrìṣà. Torí Ifá máa sọ̀bọ̀ tó máa sọ pé òun láì díà. Kó máa torí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Ifá ṣe jẹ́ ntẹ́ni ẹni tó jẹ́ àpapọ̀ Ifá ṣe jẹ́ bàbá àwọn aláwo. Babalawo means the head of all the awos and all that.
Okay.
So Orishala can talk, but if Ifa is talking, everybody will silent because Agba ti dé, Olórí ti dé. You get? So Ifa then ní Opitan Ile-Ife. At least the one who can tell the story of Ile-Ife. So but by the word Ile-Ife, we mean the word at large.
The word at large, yes.
Now, according to the story that Ifa related, the word was in a state of comatose that was aided by the Orishas who were supposed to even come and make the world a better place. Okay. So what Orunmila did on a personal note was that he had to how will I put it? There is Oshugbo, there is Ogboni.
Do there are two different?
Yes. I will tell you this thing. Okay. The same thing, but there are little disparities. Now, the Oshugbo is the consecrated Ogboni lodge for a particular community. Okay. So an outsider can never be a member.
A member of that. Okay.
So it is the Oshugbo it is the community Oshugbo that does the king's right, that does obviously a king is a part of the Oshugbo fraternity. So all the other fraternities in the community, the top people in this thing come together
and they are the Oshugbo.
So to symbolize that we are the Alagbaras in the community.
Okay.
So it came as a result of the fact that Orunmila felt like we cannot make any progress with the disparity that's among the Orishas. Okay. So Orunmila first had pact with each of the Oromoles, one after the other. So Orunmila went close to Ogun, became Ogun's friend, did Imule with him. Okay. So they took oath with Ogun, will not betray each other. Moved further to Shango, became close friend to Shango, took oath with Shango, so on and so forth. So Orunmila moved with all of the pantheon and had personal oath making with them. So Orunmila now moved to the earth. That is why the Ogboni, there is a deity in the Ogboni lodge, called Edon. Edon Ogboni is the spiritual representation of the heart, the Orisha of the heart. That's why they call it Mother Heart. So the Edon symbolizes the heart. That's what they go to in the Ogboni lodge to worship. Okay. So it means that Orunmila did oath making with the heart, saying he will be an Indali Arawa. So on that particular date, Orunmila took all of the Orimole to the heart, Ile, to say, okay, see, come. Tell Ento Makpara and Bibi. Because number one, they have all made oath that they will not fight. So Orunmila, out of his wisdom, brought all of them together and made them swear and oath that we will not kill ourselves again. So me now, I can as Ogun relate some of my powers with Shango. Okay. I can as Shango relate some of my powers with Oya. I can as Oya relate some of my powers with Eshu and all that. So that was how they formed the first convergence of all the powerful Orishas.
That's the basis.
That is the basis of the Ogboni. So that the child of Ogun will not kill the child of Shango again. Shango will not kill the child of Obatala again.
So basically like a UN conference.
You get, so it's just like the convergence of all the powerful Orishas. Okay. No, so everybody sat down together. So the place where they had the convergence was with Mother Heart. Lórí ilẹ̀. Lọ́sẹ̀ máa sọ pé orí ilẹ̀ láti jọ jẹ́, orí ilẹ̀ láti jọ mú. So they all head together with the heart. So wọ́n jọ búra pẹ̀lú ilẹ̀. So wọ́n ní dalẹ̀ ara wọn mọ́. So it was open, so they now begin to have open relationship. Okay. So they coined the languages they use to differentiate from non-initiate. That's the story that Ifa gave to us. Okay. Now, in another angle, the Oshugbo Ilu started as how will I put it? The Oshugbo Ilu is quite different from the Ogboni, in that the Oshugbo Ilu is explicitly for the community.
So the Ogboni is like the general.
Ogboni is like the general. I can have Ogboni lodge here. I can have Oluwo lodge. I can have. So I mean, that was the first Oluwo. That was the Apena. Was the first Apena.
That's the head and the secretary.
The
president and secretary.
Yeah, you get. And then because don't forget, the earth is Mother Earth. So it is female. So obìnrin ló ní Ogboni, obìnrin ló ní ilé. So wọ́n kọ́ wá fọkùnrin ṣe olórí ilé yẹn ni.
The power belongs to
the woman. Obìnrin ló ní ilé. Okay. ọkùnrin ọkọ wa fi ọkùnrin ṣe olórí ilé ni wọ́n kàn gbé, and the reason was that in the history that Ifa gave to us in Ogberikusa, when they went to fight the battle of Ilubini, in the battle of Ilubini, and this alludes to the reason why some female cannot do Idafa with the king. Why female cannot do Idafa with the king?
That they can't become priests?
No, female can become priestess, but they cannot do divination with the king because of one of the things that happened at Ilubini.
Okay.
You know, there was a time when, out of the fact that the Ogbonis, the Oshugbos and all that, there was a fracas that happened between Olayinka and Apena Olakunle. And those are sacred stories that for only for initiate. Okay. But then there was something that happened during those times that led to a fracas between Olayinka and Kporoye and Apena Olakunle that led to Kporoye leaving the community and going to forming a new community that is called Ilubini. Okay. So there was a time where females lived in their own land. Everybody, all the females left. That was the first recorded event of communal feminism. Okay. Where females says no, we are living that men want to be alone at our home. We can live alone.
So feminism has basis in tradition and everything. Yes. Okay.
So they left the environment and they stood on their own. And then you would not imagine the enormous powers that they had. They had so much powers that the mighty men of Velo could not. The men thought that let us go and calm them. Let us go and ransack their. They couldn't. So all the great men did that, but they couldn't. So go lock one more silly. At the end of the day, it was Orunmila who led the delegation to Ilubini to win over Ilubini. Okay. And so before everything now became normal. Before they now agreed to come back. Okay. So there was a story that happened between Kporoye, who was the head of Ilubini, and Orunmila, because Orunmila had impregnated Kporoye unknowingly before. Okay. So Orunmila, because in Ilubini they vowed that they were not going to marry, they were not going to give birth, they were not going to. So our leader has already given birth to me. So this is one of the reasons why they had to stop Ilubini and agree for Orunmila. So as a sign of, because Orunmila was already Oluwo, so it was not in the lady that they consecrated Orunmila to be Oluwo. Okay. Orunmila was already an Oluwo before he came to Ilubini, to the Ogboni. So there is Ogboni Ilu. There's Ogboni Ilubini.
So there are two different.
Yes, the Ogboni Ilu is the Oshugbo, where the community alone. Okay, that's the strong men of the community. The strong Orisha. But then the fracas that happened bettered the Ogboni general, where the women left to form Ilubini. Okay. So in the Ilubini too, they were powerful people. All the Orishas that were Obini, that were female, Oya, blah, 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 they were there. The Obinis, the females, they were in the Ilubini. They had enormous powers. And coming together, their coming together was so powerful that they were unconquered. Okay. So even Orunmila didn't go there. Orunmila went there with drums. Tori Ogun Ilubini Ilu. Orin Ijo la fi ṣẹ́gun Ilubini.
Just to show them that it's not coming.
So Orunmila went there to say, see, twale for you. So they because Orunmila didn't go there to fight. Orunmila won the battle. Okay. Okay. So Orunmila stylishly collected all the powers that they had from them. So that was why before Obelo Legun, it was this story that bettered the fact that yes. So tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ ó ní àwọn àṣírí tó wà yára yẹn tó yẹ pé obìnrin ló ní orò.
So women were the ones in charge of orò.
They were the ones who had the powers. It was Orunmila who used scope
to collect it from.
This Saba tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ obìnrin tẹ̀fá. That's why our father says obìnrin lè tẹ̀fá, ẹ̀rọ ni obìnrin lè tẹ̀fá. But because the power is too much for them, women no longer have respect for men. So it was out of what's this name for men leading this thing. It was out of the fact that men wanted to lead. That they remove all those things that would give women, because when women had it was as a result of patriarchy that men took the little powers away from Obeying. Okay. So Orunmila brought them back So they now use something like, okay, let us be the so obey lo nile. Iledi. So wa fi Olúwo sí. So Olúwo ti wà láti ta tó wá wò.
Okay.
From pé wá tó wà ńbẹ̀ náà rí wò. You get my point? That was how
the everything
so
began.
That was the disparity between the Oshogbo and the
Ogboni.
Yeah.
Okay. This is very interesting because, like I said, I will ask one question. You will answer 40 times, which is amazing. So, but unfortunately, we don't have a lot more time. But before we go, so how does one become a member of the Ogboni? Do they pick their members at random, or do you go to a lodge and say, okay, you may not affect the Ogboni?
First of all, gbogbo awololodu.
What does that mean?
That is, every awo is recognized by Ifa.
Okay.
The Odus of Ifa. Except the contemporary ones like ROF and all that, like contemporary ones that we Now, the Awokpa, because we are a structural community before, the Awokpa is like the military end of the Ogboni.
Okay.
So the Awokpa is in the Ogboni. Are you with me?
Okay.
So if, for instance, there's something happening in the community, you have offended the community wants to deal with you, the Ogboni sends the Awokpa to go and arrest you.
Okay.
Are you with me? So to become an Ogboni in present day, in present times, it's a matter of choice. Number one, you are not forced to become.
Is it that the self forms?
No, you go to the lodge and you request to be
an
Ogboni. Normally, an initiate would be assigned to look at you to what you to see your lifestyle,
your capacity.
Do you have a lifestyle that is not relatable to the society? Do you have a bad name, reputation?
You first assess you.
That's assessment. And after that assessment, you'll be determining whether you'll be assessed and accepted into this thing.
Okay.
But where I'm going to is that since if I recognize Ogboni, are you with me? There are some odus, there are some divination that will say that the body here. So for instance, Irete Meji says, Emi Ote, Iwo Ote. Bọ́lọ́tẹ̀ bá di méjì àlòtítọ́, bọ́lọ́tẹ̀ bá di méjì àlòdodo. Adébá fún bàbá olóríire tí ò lẹ́sẹ̀ eré, àbókọ̀ fún bàbá tó lẹ́sẹ̀ eré tí ò lórí wọn ní kalẹ̀ ẹ̀bọ̀n kọ́ máa ṣe. Ǹjẹ́ mo olóríire mo lẹ́sẹ̀ eré ńgbà yóò ẹsẹ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀ yẹlé. In the Ogboni lodge, what they do is they body boise.
They worship the head and
they propitiate your head and your leg together.
Okay.
In the presence of the Orisha.
Okay.
So when the father says kulonile kulesere, it's an allegorical word to say is that the head and the head is not working together. Where can the head and the head work together? It's in the Ogboni lodge.
Okay.
So if I indirectly tell you, no body at need the combine. Are you with me?
Okay.
So in that instance, you can do but you cannot propitiate the Orisha that is in the Ogboni lodge without becoming a member. To bá ti wò ti débẹ̀. So wàá kọ́kọ́ débẹ̀ kó tó wò tó bá ti wò ti rí. O lè rí kó sọ pé o rí mọ́.
You cannot stop becoming a member.
No.
So you can't say, "Oh, I no do again."
Àbíkú ló máa bọ́ṣọ lẹ́yìn òwúrọ̀.
English, please.
At least it is death that will.
You are playing with death. So if you join,
it is death that will take away the cloth from the goat.
Okay.
So
it's death that will take you away from the Ogboni.
Yes.
You cannot voluntarily say, "I no do again."
Does not die. So number one, as against the stereotype that they will say go and bring somebody, go and bring in, it's a lie. Nobody is telling you to go. This is the fraction. This is the fraction of Nollywood. This is what Nollywood has told people.
Okay.
That if you are becoming a secret cult, what is a secret cult in the first place? The fact that we decide in ourselves that husband and wife practice secret cults because most of their sexual activity is secret. Anything that happens between one or two or more people cannot be exposed. It's a cult. So the Ogboni's activities cannot be exposed. It's within the lodge. It's within the initiated members. So that's a secret. That's secrecy. So we are bound by secrecy to say, okay, whatever happens in the lodge dies in the lodge. So, but then it does not say that. I've been in the Ogboni lodge for many years. I've never seen. You know what it takes for you to go through the ranks to become an Apena, like second command to the Igbo. And then I've never heard in the Ogboni they will say, go and bring woman, let us use the person for sacrifice. It's not possible.
These things are not done.
These things are not done. Okay. These are fragments of the lies that Nollywood have told the public and have, used in, deceiving the public. So there are no instances where the Ogboni would do anybody for blood or money rituals. The Ogboni do not do money rituals. People have the stereotype that once you join Ogboni, you become rich. No, I'm not rich yet. I don't have
so all those things are just stereotypes.
The Ogboni is not, because ìlú Benin is synonymous to ìlú àwọn àjẹ́. So the moment you become a member of the Ogboni, you have recognized, you can be recognized with the àjẹ́. So the àjẹ́ who ti ìdàjẹ́.
Mo mọ̀ tó bá ní ìwọ náà ti do ọkọ àjẹ́.
O ti you in like this is our child, we cannot near him, let us leave him alone.
Okay.
So because o ti dọmọ lẹ́lẹ̀, o ti dọmọ ilẹ̀.
That's Mother Earth.
Yeah. So the witches cannot deal with you anyhow, like tomati share, tomati share, ma lọ fẹjọ́ ẹ̀sùn ya ẹni. So tomati as in will you do anything this thing. You now have, there's not a place where your case can be reported to. Unlike where you are just nobody and then they can just flog you anyhow. So those are
okay, Ulu, thank you very much. This was very eye-opening. Before I go, I just want to ask one final question.
Yes, sir.
Can a pastor or an imam become a member of Ogboni?
There are so many pastors and imams in my lodge.
And it's not wrong?
It's not wrong.
But the Bible does not allow for such things. The Quran does not allow for such things.
Well, the Bible is not the base of our spirituality in Africa. The base of our spirituality is embedded in the words and the ethos of Ifa.
Okay, and Ifa allows for this?
Yes. Because Ifa does not see you as a pastor. Ifa sees you as Abisola. Ifa sees me as Olakunle. Ifa does not see you as an imam or anything. So it is you. So the fact that, and because of our level of secrecy, we don't, even if you are a member, if you don't wish to let another member know that you are Ogboni, nobody will disturb you. Now finally, this goes to where people say that if some people die, they will say your child come and do Ogboni, your child come and do. It's a lie.
You cannot inherit your father's.
You cannot inherit did I inherit my father's problem? I cannot inherit what my now if an Ogboni dies, this is Apena Loloro. Are you with me? Okay. Àwọn obìnrin ló ní orò tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀.
Okay.
When
they
handed over power, they handed over the power to Shodara. Who was the Apena, the first Apena. Okay. So they handed over the power to Shodara ló ṣòro. So anybody who becomes Apena tomorrow is Oloro. So ó lè ṣòro ọba, ó lè ṣòro anything, you can do any oro. So the point now is this. If an Ogboni dies, because Ogboni has been regarded as a strong person spiritually, okay, he's not buried like a normal mere man.
So that means.
So there's that is, I want to elaborate on the ritual that people feel like you don't
do that.
What the Ogboni does as an Apena, I will tell you.
Okay.
Obviously, normally, it is wrong for me to say this, but I will say it.
Okay.
So that people can know that we are not as demonic and evil as people think that we are. What they do is that they prepare you for a grand passage to heaven. Just the way the Egyptians
buried
their pharaohs and all that. You are no longer own chokun lásán. Ó ti di ọkùnrin, ó ti di Ogboni. Ọkùnrin nìyẹn. So wọn lè tó ẹ síbi táwọn èèyàn lásán jókòó sí lóde ọ̀run. Tó bá dòde ọ̀run bí táwọn ọkùnrin jókòó ló máa wà. So what they do for you is that number one, I have in one of the rituals, one of the things I would do is this. And one of the reasons why the Western system of living has so much affected us. Tí Ogboni bá kú, tó bá fẹ́ ṣàìtó ẹ̀, wọ́n á bèè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, wọ́n máa jí, wọ́n á ju fa. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo sọ fún yín,
they wake him up in front of the, okay,
in the front of the
spiritual world and everything. Okay.
Physical, láàrin ọmọ aṣọ́run ẹ̀ lóru.
Okay.
Láàrin àwọn Apena máa dúró, àwọn Apena máa jí dìde.
That's to wake him up.
Yes.
Wow.
Ó máa give account bóun ṣe lò lé ayé òun. Ilé méjì ni mo ní o. Ẹbí báyìí mo nílé kan sí o, báyìí mo ní moment yẹn there is no lie o.
Everything.
Ìyàwó mẹ́rìndínlógún mo fẹ́ ẹyọ kan pé ní gbogbo yín mọ́ o. So for that reason nǹkan mo ìfẹ́ ṣe property, that's how bó ṣe ń gbógun láyé àtijọ́ nù.
They wake the
so it's not as if and nítorí pé gbájọ mu lórí ilẹ̀ ni there is nobody tó ń bí da kó lọ da lẹ́nu tó sọ. Bí mo yẹ fẹ́ kẹ́ ṣe ẹ̀yìn mi rèé. So gbogbo ẹrù Ogboni tó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ o máa handle right fún Ogboni. We'll part ways with him.
Okay, so he can go on his own journey.
Royally, so I can go on his own journey. We'll prepare him. We'll bathe for him. We'll take care of him. We'll have our last feast together. So you know how sweet it is that a spiritual person, a dead person, and the people alive want their last supper.
And you say it's sweet.
It's because it's a very exciting experience, you know. not like the person come and beat you. You come and you are there, this is there. And it only happens to the Apenas who do the Oro.
So the Apenas that
will be there, and some Abiyes who are so they will know, they do all the things.
So that part of Nollywood where they are doing a burial and the Ogboni will just come and they'll carry the corpse and they'll go. It doesn't happen like that.
You see, stereotypes, when you tell a lie so many times, it becomes the truth.
Okay.
So normally, before an Ogboni dies, Ogboni says, the reason why these things happen is because so many people do Ogboni, and because of the stereotype, they don't want to be associated with it. Okay. For instance, let's assume, I'm not saying, let's assume that Pastor Adeboye is an Ogboni member. It's an assumption. Okay. It's not a fact. Okay. Let's assume that Pastor Adeboye is an Ogboni member. Now, if he dies, looking at his congregation, nobody wants to, he would not want to say anything. Normally, what he's supposed to do before he dies is to say, okay, oh, you
can request for that?
Yes.
Oh.
So if they say I don't want to come to, okay,
so he's supposed to do something before.
So so number one, to bá ti kú Ogboni kan tó bá ti débi òkú ẹ ti dalẹ̀.
Oh wow.
Are you with me? Okay. So because Ologboni lẹni tó ń sọ̀rọ̀. So àdéhùn dẹ̀ ń jẹ́, if an Ogboni member tells you I will come by 2 and does not come by 2 ó ti dalẹ̀. Because the way a strong man lives his life is not from the way a mere man
lives his life.
Do. So in that scenario, because of the stereotypes, majority of people will not say anything. Once they die, only now.
That's why you come to the place and
so number one, what happens is that there's always fracas between family members and members of
now because if let me give you if for example now, I don't know, somebody that I know, somebody dies.
This is your father.
Okay, somebody says, and he comes now, and you will come to the gate and say, me bro, me man, is gate for me?
No. It's because I would budget.
That's why it gets to that level.
That's why it gets to that level. Because majority of the people that will come to your house now, want to motiyo, want to fa cigar, want to fa. So they are not. If we were in the court the last time, you saw how regulated we were. You saw how beautiful it was. So it is something you probably want to associate with, if not for the stereotypes that media and all these things have attached to it. So which is wrong.
Suddenly.
Which is wrong in all ground, on all grounds.
Oh, if you should tell somebody in the family that I am a member of
Ogboni Lodge. I'm an Ogboni, my wife is Ogboni. We are okay. So if I give out to a child today now, if he's 18, no problem. Okay. Matter of choice. But then if I now die now, that's
because of who you are now.
So it will be, even some babalawos, their child will not be arguing. No, your father was there. If he was not there, property now. So we need to, because you are a strong person now, can't we give you a parting words? Can't we honor you? Can't we honor your passage?
That's basically how the whole thing.
That's basically how it was.
Actually, thank you very, very much, man. I wish I had a lot more time. This is a very interesting discussion. So, is there any last words you'd like to say? And I'd like you to make it as brief as possible to those that are watching and to the rest of the country regarding the Ogboni, regarding the Babalawo and traditional religion. If there's anything you'd like to say to them.
Yeah, this is specifically for young people. Okay. Because my target audience is not these young people. If you are a young person like me, and you feel like it is and you feel like it is important, you feel any inclination towards coming back to the spirituality, you should not, first of all, come back from the level of stereotype. Okay? You should ask questions. So, first of all, do not let your knowledge of your environment be judged by the media. Understand whom you are. understand your environment, and try as much as possible, strive to move on the journey towards self-development or self-realization. Awari, you must first discover yourself. Tanimi, by the prism of your own spirituality, not by any other thing. Okay. Aboru, aboye.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for standing with us. This was amazing. So we bring the next guest to bye. So we can say aboru. Can I say aboru, aboye?
Yeah.
That's the end. That's
aboru, aboye is like great things. Yeah.
Okay. So aboru boy.
Aboye boshishe.
Aboye
boshishe.
Aboye boshishe. So I'm happy peace signs. Thank you.